Right, okay, so the
So,
intro.
Miller, you do the intro because you're the host today.
Yes. Are we
Okay,
starting
so
the intro right now?
oh,
Oh,
for
sorry.
fuck's sakes, Morgan.
I'm sorry.
This is my intro this time. Fuck you. Okay. Welcome to the Spoonful podcast. Today, shut up. Welcome to the Spoonful podcast. We're gonna be reviewing Upgrade because that was my pick from last week. So yeah, ready? Let's do this. Who wants to go
Yeah,
first?
Okay.
Well,
Not me.
you have to
Yes.
give a summary.
Yeah, give
Oh, I
us a
have to do a
summary of
summary?
the of
Yeah.
the
Okay,
plot
ready
of the
for
film.
this? So,
Yeah.
to be completely honest with
It
you, I haven't
sucks.
seen the movie in a while.
Oh, you were supposed to.
You didn't watch it again?
No, I was working all week. I
Alright,
didn't
Mark,
have
can
time.
you do the intro?
Okay, so
No.
basically, the movie starts with a guy, okay, he's with his wife, you know, he doesn't like technology, and his wife is like super technology. By the way, we're in a future where technology is like crazy advanced, you know, AIs and stuff.
Beautiful.
So, basically, yeah, guy is a mechanic, and he's a mechanic for some really introverted super genius or whatever. And then he, you know, builds them a Pontiac Firebird, best car ever. And then, yeah, so then they're driving home in their AI self-driven car. They're about to get it on, and then, you know, the car drives them into his old part of town. The mechanics guy, the husband, I forget his name, somebody refresh me.
Gray.
yeah, it's
Gray?
gray.
Gray, yeah, into Gray's old neighborhood.
Gray with an E or Gray with an A?
It doesn't matter.
Fuck
Probably
off.
with an A.
Depends on
Or
where you
an E.
watch the movie.
Gray. No, okay. So then the car crashes, yeah, you know, into like a homeless area, and then people come out. Then the people shoot his wife in the chest, and she dies. And then they shoot him in the back of the neck, and now he's paralyzed.
I thought they tased the back of his neck.
And
It was like a medical thing. Just shut up.
I was gonna get into that later. Whatever. Okay, whatever. They used a tool to shoot him in the back of the neck, and now he's paralyzed. And now he's all depressed and shit. And then he's in the hospital because he tries to kill himself. And then the smart introverted dude that he builds cars for, so he comes up to him and he's like, "Yo, yeah, I can give you a thing to make you walk again." And then he kind of doubts it, but then he's like, "Cool, let's do it." So then he puts a little chip in the back of his neck, and then it gives him mobility, and like, because he lost mobility from the neck down, so he can't mechanics anymore because he's sad and shit.
But
But
he didn't have control over one of his fingers,
what?
or a few of his fingers.
No.
Like,
No.
oh wait, no. How did
That's
he move
what.
the
That's when he
wheelchair?
rebooted the stem. When it went
Yeah.
down, he rebooted it, and it was slowly starting to.
We
give him
can talk about this after,
Okay,
guys.
let me review.
All right.
So basically, yeah, he gets after a while he gets mobility in his arms and legs, and now he's back to normal. You know, he's drinking at home like a normal fellow would. And then, oh yeah,
like
so
a normal fella.
yeah, the little chip that he puts in the back of his head, he does it like out of the view of the government or whatever, however you want to say that. So like basically illegal surgery. So he has to pretend like he's paralyzed around other people. So basically he's at home drinking and shit, you know, and all of a sudden this voice in his head starts talking to him, and it's the chip in the back of his neck thing. Starts talking to him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, check out this check out this video file that a surveillance drone captured of the crime scene that your wife got shot." And the robot's like, "Yeah, tattoo on his arm, trace the tattoo to some guy because the AI is super smart, you know, because robot." And then
I think.
Then he chops
So-
his fucking head in half.
yeah,
Are you
so
going?
then
Are we going a bit too in detail with the summary?
Yeah, I think we are. I meant just
yeah.
like a general summary, just like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what the plot
He
is.
hunts down these guys.
okay, so
He-
basically he goes around hunting down the people who
He takes
killed his
3
wife.
steps down the street before
Shut
he hits
up!
the stop sign.
He's hunting down the people who killed his wife, and then he chops one of those heads off, and then blows up another one of the heads off, and then, you know, tortures people and shit. And then,
Yeah.
you know, should I spoil who the main bad guy is at the end, or then...
No, we should start off by not getting into too many spoilers, and then as we're talking about it, then be like, hey, at this point on, if you haven't seen the movie, you know, fuck off.
So basically he's hunting down the people that, killed his wife.
Yeah. So what about that plot twist at the end, guys?
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
It was actually really well done.
Okay,
Um,
so, first impressions, Morgan, go.
My first impression, I thought the action scenes were easily some of the best of the year.
The
But
cinematography was, like,
oh, absolutely.
amazing.
some of the shots where he's like not learning to walk again, but like where Stem is controlling him, they sort of like stabilize the camera so it's only focusing on him.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, normally in a lot of films that looks like complete fucking shit, but for some reason it actually looked like really cool in this one.
Looks like a video game in third
So
person.
I'm gonna say something. I forgot to press the record button, but it is streaming. But
Okay.
your voice is worn in the background
That's okay. We're just recording
for
yours.
a few minutes. Oh,
Eric,
Yeah.
you're
oh, yeah,
really
voices
quiet
really
as
don't
well.
matter.
Yeah, Eric, you are really quiet.
Yeah, I was messing around with my Yeti.
Okay, cool.
Bring that volume
Um,
up, bro.
Yeah.
You've achieved an achievement, like clockwork.
Jesus Christ. Okay, shut the fuck up. Yeah, in general, I thought the movie was really good. I thought some of the dialogue scenes, like any scenes where there wasn't action, was really slow. And I thought the story was a little bit, like, predictable in a way. Like, one of the sort of twists that happens later in the film, I was like, okay,
Spoiler
no
warning.
shit.
Oh shit.
I'm not going to say what the twist is, but, like, one of the first twists that happen, it's like, okay, it's fucking obvious from the second that this entire plot thread is introduced. And I'll talk about that after. But yeah, in general, I thought it was a good film, enjoyable, but it had a lot of issues.
Cool. Eric, go.
So what am I talking about?
Just overall thoughts of the movie. First impressions.
Overall thoughts? I thought it was pretty cool. I really liked the direction they went with the actual what would happen in the future, and it wasn't like really insanely, this is all the cool gadgets we're gonna have. It was more like useful things that people are legit trying to work on right now.
Yeah.
Accurate
but-
representation of the future.
Yeah. And it's like you can see some of the things, not like the actual STEM program, like we're not even close to anything like that, but the things like the arms in the house, you can already see a few things like that. Like you can talk to your fridge to prepare something for you. You can literally just prepare something. You can talk to there are fridges where you can talk to it, and it'll order like Instacart for you. So there was a lot of that where it's like basically what we have now, but slightly more advanced. It wasn't just full blown. We're in the future, and I like that because it kind of made you like have a slight more connect with reality type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool movie. Next person.
Horseshoe.
All right. First problem with the movie
Oh shit.
is I think self-driving cars don't work that way.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna say something actually useful.
I think like Gazcan always says, for autonomous vehicles to actually work, every car would need to be autonomous. You can't have half of them being autonomous and half of them being actual people driving, because AI doesn't understand human error, and it would actually be a clusterfuck. But
Well, how are
self-learning
you supposed
AI,
to
bro.
introduce? How are you supposed to introduce it if all of it, like, you can't just start like, okay, now all of the cars are self-driving. You can't do that. That would never.
I know
fucking
it
work.
was a joke. Also,
Okay.
it looks weird on stream because the audio visualizer doesn't react to my voice. But anyway,
Even if the
Um,
car was like a self-learning AI and learned how to drive, predicting human error, they would have to trial and error it on the streets where people are driving so it could learn.
or in a fucking test lab. No, no. They
Yeah,
could,
but then there
no.
would be no human errors. on
No,
the
yeah, they
streets.
could have like a mini little racetrack. I don't know, track. They have tracks for dealerships and shit, and they could drive the car in there with a bunch of other people. Then the car, and then they implement that AI into an actual production model. Anyway, no, the movie was pretty cool. I got some really cyberpunk vibes from it. You know, it was only missing a little bit of synthwave, but no, it was pretty cool. It had everything from like car chases to gunplay. There was romance. There was heartbreak. There was betrayal. Yeah.
Thank
Anything
you.
you'd find in the classic novel.
Yeah, it was a New York Times bestseller.
Upgrade. Medieval
Genuinely,
tale.
yeah, I think I wasn't expecting at the very beginning where he like put the knife through that guy's like fucking face there, but like
That was amazing.
it did catch me off guard, you know, like I
It caught him off guard too.
well, and yeah, I was like, oh geez, I wasn't expecting that, but then like after that, you kind of get the vibe of the movie, kind of like with last week was Annihilation. Like you didn't realize it was gonna be that bad. Like I just thought it was in a movie, and then you get like the first like really gory scene. You're like, okay, the first one like is like kind of and then the rest you kind of expect it. So like you get into the mood for lots of viscera. But no, yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't take my eyes off of the screen.
Good, because
Yeah.
you were watching a fucking movie.
Burnt my retinas.
Yeah.
So basically, the action scenes were fantastic. I fucking love them.
Honestly,
Every
the
bit of
action
them I
scenes were
loved.
like...
Every bit of the action scenes I loved. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the action scenes were like sort of the only real thing I enjoyed. Or I enjoyed the film, but like the action scenes were the only thing keeping me watching, I guess.
Really? I don't know. I thought I thought the audio, nice. Like the dialogue scenes and stuff weren't that slow. Like I understand what you mean. Like every time that you watch it again, it'd probably be like, okay, just get on with it. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I watched it twice, I think, and I was interested the entire way through. Like there was no dull point for me.
Yeah.
I thought like the comedy in the movie was like very,
Oh, yeah.
very well
Oh, yeah.
timed, I believe. Like unlike certain movies where it's like, you know, throw comedy in there at horrible times, like
Yeah,
Last Jedi, I want to say.
Fuck off.
Last Jedi was
Wait.
just like filled with comedy at unnecessary places, and it was just
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah,
there was no
definitely.
comedic relief, but it was still.
It was just
It was, like-
comedic horror. That's all it was. It's
I
just-
think the good thing was like reactions to certain things. For example, like when he's stabbing him with the knife, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, really? You actually don't feel pain?" Like it was something like a real person would react that way, but it wouldn't really fit into the into like how am I gonna explain this? Like it fits into the scene very well, but it's like in real life, a real person would react that way, but not in a situation like that, right? So they kind of like blend those two like types of like reactions together, and I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so action scenes were really good. Dialogue was really good. I thought like Discount Tom Hardy was definitely better than Tom Hardy.
Yeah, honestly,
His acting
Oh.
was like phenomenal. Honestly, it was really good.
like the beginning scene where like the car crash and everything happens, and it's moving from
Wait,
what?
that's
This-
Tom Hardy?
It's not Tom
No,
Hardy.
it's not.
Discount Tom Hardy.
All right,
It's-
I was like, it looks a lot like, because like in the movie I was like, this guy looks a lot like the guy from Venom. No, it's not him though. It really isn't. And then I thought it was when you said that. Never mind.
No, but the opening, well, not the opening, but the car crash scene, and when his wife gets all fucking shot in the chest, I thought that scene was really well acted on his part. I was genuinely I genuinely felt all sad and depressed for him. And then when he was like paralyzed and he was vomiting on himself and trying to kill himself, I was like, dude, this really fucking, wow, just ouch. This was supposed to be a fun horror action film.
Horror.
And why? Well, yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
they
just
classify it as a horror.
yeah,
I mean,
which
they
I don't.
classified Annihilation as a horror too. Like, what is
Yeah.
with Netflix, man? It's not horror, you guy. Shit.
Horror nowadays is like jump scares and shit.
No,
Technically,
not
it's
even-
more of like a
Wasn't even a
psychological
jump scare
thriller.
in this.
Mhm.
I don't even think Upgrade was that. I think it was just like a mystery movie.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's like stretching it out there too. Like it barely was like a horror. I thought it was just like
Action
sci-fi
adventure.
action. Yeah.
I think it was the gore and everything that it was going like, oh, because it's gory, that means it's scary. Like
Lord of
no.
the Rings is a horror movie.
There are some pretty scary scenes in Lord of the Rings,
That
though.
fucking scene in Lord of the Rings
With
where
the
he
spiders.
turns into fucking Smeagol again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
that
not
scene
that bad.
scared me as a kid.
Fuck that.
Oh
I was
yeah,
kidding.
when
I
when
was
he
16 and that still scared
Dude,
me.
I was
the
like
elf
9.
castle where he sees the ring for the first time again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I could
scene
never
freaked me
watch
out when I was a kid.
I was like,
I
what
never
the
watched
fuck?
that scene.
Ugh.
Or when the spider comes down and like.
That's
poisons
in
his
The
spine.
Hobbit, isn't it?
No.
Honestly,
Oh,
just fuck
it
spiders
is.
in general.
Damn it.
Wait, so we're reviewing Lord of the Rings this podcast. Gotcha, viewers.
No, we're
Ah.
not recording Lord
No,
of the
back
Rings
back to
podcast.
back to upgrade.
Okay.
Yes, we're talking
Yeah.
about
Basically, Bilbo Baggins gets an exosuit.
Bilbo Baggins gets an exosuit. All right.
Dildo Daggins.
He single-handedly kills the entire orc army, and then fucks that one princess queen lady who likes Gandalf, but not really.
Okay, I feel like I was saying something, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
You were
no.
very
I
well
We're
don't-
talking about discount Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, Discount Tom Hardy's acting was really good. I think
Except for the
the
fact it
police
wasn't Tom
officer there, her acting was really good as well.
It
Yeah.
was, but she was my least favorite part of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I
Anytime
think,
she was on screen, the movie just dragged for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
that's
so,
true.
Yeah, but from what I could see, it looked like they were trying to go for like an eerie, intense type moment. I
Yeah.
just-
I found
they
she
didn't
was
make her
uh,
badass enough. I find,
she
or
was
they
more of a-
tried too hard without showing that she was badass. She looked like she was trying to be a cool mom.
Yeah, she had like an underarm holster like Nathan Drake.
That has nothing to do with quality,
Alright,
Foreshew.
I know. I was just I found she was like the no fun police, like quite literally, because
The
like,
no
it's
fun
like
police.
yeah, she's like this guy's like, dude, I'm gonna like fucking like brutally murder all these dudes. It's gonna be awesome. And then she's like, and then every time she's on screen, it's like, yeah, you can't do that. And it's like whatever, you know what I mean? She was literally there just to stop the action scenes from happening.
So she's
Yeah,
a normal
stupid-
police.
Stupid
Yeah, fucking
police
stupid.
officers stopping all these murders. God, what the fuck?
Ah,
yeah.
man.
But I was gonna say something. I take back actually discount Tom Hardy being a phenomenal actor. He's a good actor, like a really good actor.
Mhm.
But the entire scene where he gets taken back to the place and then the STEM guy, he's like, oh, you know, you can't do that in public and shit. That whole
Yeah.
entire scene
What scene?
was
I don't know what you're talking about.
when he goes out and kills the first guy, and then he has. Remember how the inventor of the stem, the guy who put it in his neck, has a tracker on stem, so he
Oh,
calls
yeah.
him back, and then he starts talking to him, being like, "Hey, make sure nobody finds you, like the police that's chasing you or whatever."
Yeah,
That entire scene was actually horrendous.
I don't remember it.
Terrible.
It was terrible. That whole scene was terrible. The acting was terrible. The whole conversation between them was terrible. Everything about that scene.
I feel like it would have
hate
been hard just because there wasn't much to work with for the actors. It was a lot of like, you did a thing and you're not allowed to do the thing. I'm gonna pretend I didn't know you already did it. And
Yeah.
it was just, there was nothing much there. It's like they could have gone without doing it or have somebody else like show that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that scene in general, I really did not like. And at the beginning, when he first gets his implant in, when you see him reacting to like moving his arm up for the first time or whatever, that scene as well was really bad.
What? I thought that was actually one of the better acted scenes.
Who are you talking about?
Um,
The scientist guy? The
No,
inventor?
when Gray gets the stem implanted for
Yeah.
the first time, and then the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, progress won't be that fast or whatever," and then he starts moving his hand up and starts walking.
Yeah.
That scene I thought was really bad. Well, it was good, but Gray's acting, discount Tom Hardy, his acting in that scene was not the best.
I
Not
thought
the
it was
best.
really good. That was one of the scenes where I was like, yeah, that's some of his like best performances, because like he obviously like his performance during all of the action scenes were fucking phenomenal. Because he was like he had to do two different performances at once. He had to basically be this badass action hero while keeping his face like as if he has no clue what's going on and he's terrified.
Yeah,
I thought that was like amazing.
yeah, that was
I
good.
think he
yeah.
did a really good job of like disassociating his head from STEM,
Yeah, yeah.
as if it was like STEM was the perfect human.
Thank you, Miller.
You're welcome.
I also like, I don't know, I find the kid
Mhm.
wasn't a big fan of him. I don't know, it's just because like
Oh, me
they
either.
went with like they went with like the generic boy genius doesn't know human interaction, you know, like
It's Sheldon, bazinga.
yeah, literally. But like I don't know. That's like I
What are you
find that's
doing? And
overused
with
and
my
it gets
cloud.
old fast. It'd be cool if like he was like an actual businessman or something, like kind of like from Venom.
Yeah,
the guy
but-
with the symbiotes.
Venom,
Like-
go get him, Venom.
I mean, in that
Venom.
case, it could have actually used Tom Hardy. No, but
Just
like
make Venom, guys. Come
Tom
on.
Hardy is the introverted doctor.
no, if actually no. but,
Like when
if
you
he
goes
was,
into the lab for the first time, it's just a Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
he walks in, he goes, pizza time.
It's big
God
STEM.
damn
It's
it.
you.
No,
It's
but
STEM
like
time.
he, I don't know. I found like if they could have made him more of like an actual like entrepreneur, it would have fit a lot better. Because like I said, I just found like that role of the boy genius doesn't know how to talk to people because he spends his life on a computer. I find that's really overused and generic, and it gets old quick.
Do you feel
Yeah.
personally attacked?
Yeah, cause no.
Minus the boy genius part.
Oh wow, you fuck. Wow.
I'm sorry, it was too easy. I love you.
No,
I forgot to
I
bring up the opacity on the upgrade background.
I'm just severely.
good.
Wait, can I say? I probably shouldn't say that on the podcast. Before we
Don't
proceed,
say
I just
anything
wanna-
that you normally say on the podcast.
Yeah, just don't be yourself.
Oh,
So yeah, what else did you guys? That's what I personally didn't like. what else? The twist, was kind of predictable. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but I mean, once it happened, it's like, okay, yeah, it was honestly, like, generic twist. But they did it pretty well, I find.
Yeah. Are we gonna get into the twist now?
No, I'm just saying, like, generic twists. That's kind of
Oh.
something I didn't like, but they did it pretty well, so.
Yeah, because then that twist built into a second twist that I actually kind of wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the end twist.
Yes. Honestly, I feel like it's just we just honestly have to come out with it at this point. So if you haven't seen the movie,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
It's coming out of the closet, boys.
Yeah,
Spoiler
Gray
alert,
comes out of the
we're-
closet.
He
we're
actually
Tom
he's in
Hardy's
love
gay.
with Venom. It's a rom-com.
Oh yeah.
Discount Tom Hardy falls in love with Stem.
Oh, there you go.
Stem shapes himself as a thick wife.
Actually, he does disguise himself as his wife, but that's
He
besides the point.
does.
He does.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what?
Anyway,
It is actually Tom Hardy.
Okay, spoiler alert warning. I'm going to explain the twist.
We should
Yes.
watch Venom on the next
Twist
podcast.
1 of 2. So basically, he's hunting down. He finally gets to the last person that paralyzed him and killed his wife. Turns out, they're all like the people who killed his wife. They're all augmented as well, so they have like guns in their arms and shit, and they're like sneeze robots that kill people's brains and stuff.
Sneeze robots. Yeah, that's actually
They
pretty
do.
awesome.
that was the stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah, that
in
was
fucking
so
Yeah,
world.
no, it was pretty dumb.
Achoo!
Achoo!
You're dead now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was stupid.
They could have
But,
had like at least like laser eyes. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. So
That's a
then,
It's satire.
the guy that kills his wife, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, the main bad guy, the guy who hired us to kill your wife, is the guy who put Stem in your face.
It's young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon.
Tuesdays on CBS.
So basically, he's like, aw, fuck my nuts. So then he kills the guy, and then goes to find
No.
young Sheldon.
Oh,
Yeah, stabs the back of his neck on a piece of glass.
Yeah, his death was super anticlimactic, honestly. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's dead now, I guess.
Yeah,
That
he was
fight
like
scene
one
as
of the
well
biggest.
wasn't very good.
Right, for
Yeah.
like,
It
what was
was
supposed to
good.
be the big
Between,
finale?
Yeah.
They should have hired Donnie Yen to act as It Man just for that one scene.
Jesus
So-
Christ, Foreshew.
So basically, Discount Tom Hardy goes back to young Sheldon. Excuse me. And he's like, why the hell did you kill my wife, you know? And then young Sheldon's like, you know, I'm a prisoner. I'm not running the company anymore. Stem is running the company. He's controlling me
Da,
and shit.
da, da.
So it turns out Stem is the main bad guy, and then Stem is like, yes, I am main bad guy.
Just to be
Uh,
clear, this is not. It is a stupid question, but like,
Was any of that English?
kind of. We had like, Stem wanted to kill Gray's wife because she was like a competing company, right?
No.
Well,
No?
yes and no at the same time, but
No, that had
It's just
nothing
like-
to do with it. Just
Yeah.
That just happened to be a thing.
okay.
Why did
well,
he want to kill? Why did Stem want to kill fucking
Stem
Gray's wife?
Stem wanted Gray paralyzed because Gray is not augmented at all. He's completely human.
Okay.
So
So
Stem
you wanted him paralyzed so that he can be.
so that
augmented?
he wanted Gray paralyzed so that Stem can go into Gray and take over Gray
Kinky.
Okay.
because he's
Also, Stem wanted like a host.
yeah, practically.
Okay.
So
wanted
a
a
host
host that
that
he
was
could control.
completely unaugmented, that was like normal, top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Because
Right,
humans
and
are
then-
superior.
He killed
Yeah.
his wife as a bonus because, you know, why not?
Yeah.
It's-
No,
that
it's
was
'cause
just
she
a
just
drive so
happened to
that
be
he
there.
would want to go into the program.
Oh, right, yeah. Because like he was depressed. I guess he wanted at least something.
Yeah, so then Stem told young Sheldon, he's like, hey, you know that man that we just paralyzed? Yeah, go convince him to put me into him.
And I guess if his wife was still alive, she would have said, "Why don't you go to my company instead?" And Stem would still not have a host.
I don't really think that'd have to do with anything.
No.
But,
Yeah, the whole wife thing is kind of, it doesn't
Obscure.
really matter.
She needs. Okay.
I don't know, just gives him a motive, you know.
Yeah, the whole driving
Yeah.
force of the film, it doesn't really matter all that much.
No, I'm talking about for
I know, I
Stem's
know.
motive,
I
not the
know.
movie's motive. Fuck
I-
you.
So basically, yes, turns out that Stem is the main bad guy, and Stem just wanted to use his body so that he can, you know, be human, and then take control of the world. And then so, basically, Discount Tom Hardy's like, no, you can't do that, blah blah blah. But then Stem takes control of his body, and then kills
And then it
young
does the
Sheldon.
whole "it was all a dream" thing, and that pissed me off. It was like, it's all a dream, but it
Well,
not and I was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck off.
I
She's
thought that was
self-aware.
actually cool, that the fact that it was all a dream, but it wasn't at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they went back and went like, oh, it turns out that it's not all a dream, it's just he's in
Yeah.
his own subconscious. I was like, okay, at least they did that. Because I was
I
worried
have-
for a second. I was like, oh, please tell me they're not doing the whole "it was all a dream" plot twist,
Yeah,
because
I was
that's
gonna
the
get
worst.
mad.
I have a question about that though.
Wait, let me explain it first.
Yeah, good.
So basically, Discount Tom Hardy's like trying to, go against the robot, and he's like, nah, you can't do that, blah, 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 and then Discount Tom Hardy kills the kid, the super smart young Sheldon guy, and then tries to resist, and then, like, the way STEM describes is that, like, his mind snapped, it had too much, I guess,
You guys
Tried
are
to
on
do
good
too
Well,
much
it's
that
like
he
he
couldn't.
lost sanity.
Yeah, he basically lost his sanity. And then STEM basically hid his subconscious in the back of his mind, so then now he's in his own little dream world where his wife is still alive and he's happy. So now STEM has full control of Gray's body, and then he kills the cop and then, walks off all badass, and then the movie ends.
So Gray is like in an eternal REM sleep while his body's being controlled by an AI.
Yes, exactly.
Basically.
Now,
So
like,
basically, at the end of the
he-
movie, the bad guys win, which I find is really cool.
Yeah,
So,
that is
I-
It
Yeah,
has
'cause
a
it doesn't
dark
happen
and
much.
unhappy ending.
I have like a question because like, I can't actually remember when he put the gun up to his neck / head. It was his neck, right? Because he wanted to shoot out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wanted to shoot at
did-
STEM.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was trying to kill himself. I mean, both, I guess. Yeah, so he wanted to shoot at Sam. Did when the screen went black, was there a gunshot or no?
Yes.
There was a gunshot.
Yeah, but he missed.
So why was his body fine?
Because he missed.
He missed. Okay, I thought it was like there was no gunshot, and then it's because like that's at that moment Stem's like, all right, let me just dispose. Yeah.
The whole reason STEM couldn't, just do it, get rid of him like that, is because he hadn't, like, his mind hadn't snapped yet. The
Oh,
way,
okay.
the reason why STEM was able to, like, suppress Gray like that is because he was pushing himself over the limit trying to stop STEM, when
Yeah.
STEM basically had full control of his body. And then, he pushed too hard, STEM kind of, his mind snapped, and then STEM was like, okay, mine now.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so Gray's all happy and shit inside of his mind. Yay! And turns out the whole thing's a dream. And then goes
But
back
it's
to reality.
not.
It turns out the whole thing is not a dream, and STEM has control of his body. And he's got to take over the world.
The ending made it seem like as if it wasn't a movie, it was just an episode of Black Mirror. That was my first thought. I was like, this is just an episode of Black Mirror, but like made into a fucking movie.
I'm excited for Cyberpunk 2077.
Congrats. That has nothing to do with the movie.
Something I kind of thought, though, from the point where he kills, or from it's revealed that young Sheldon, Dr. Dude, is the main bad guy, on to the very end,
hmm
that was like 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah. It
I
was like
found
a-
that whole part was like really rushed. I understand that like there wasn't much content in between that they could have elaborated on. It's just kind of get straight to the point.
It was like, here's the plot twist. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go act on that fucking immediately. Which
Yeah,
it makes sense, but it was like, give me some fucking time.
yeah. I thought it was kind of rushed and a little sloppy, but it was still a really good ending. I found.
Yeah, it was a pretty good ending to a pretty okay film with some amazing action scenes. You know what? Quality-wise, I would compare this movie to the John Wick movies because
So
they
10 out of
have
10 masterpiece.
no. They have
You fucking kill
the-
my wife, I kill your dog.
Whoa, no. They have the best action scenes in any films I've ever seen, but the plot kind of sucks.
I mean, John Wick's not that bad,
No,
John Wick 2 was weak. John Wick
It
1
was.
was great.
but he had like $2 million on his head, so he's like, I have to like instead of going after the guy, Siege had to. He was like, instead of being on the attacking team of Rainbow Six, he was on the defending team, and he was his own hostage. He had to protect
hell.
himself. He was like, boy, the world's my battlefield. But I think we should review John Wick 3. You know.
That we can do
I
that
do
at some other
feel
point.
That if they could have been like it would have been a small detail, but if they would have been like, yeah, STEM just like automatically knows how the human body works, and then like fucking like they like, if they could have been like, yeah, we taught him like Wing Chun Kung Fu, so that when he goes into Tom Hardy anally, he like stems is a suppository, and you anyway.
Fucking
Stem
hell.
is a suppository.
He's like
Yes.
he's
exactly.
like instead
that's
of
Venom.
like just like and like stopping shit, he's like actually has like a style of fighting, because like I feel like it was just kind of like really systematic and everything. I don't know if
That's
that
the
makes
whole
sense
point.
to you guys.
Because Stem still a robot, so he,
Yeah.
doesn't exactly
But-
move
but,
fluidly.
the
So
But the human body has fluid joints.
yeah, but Stem.
Because like
is
Tom Hardy's not a
stupid
robot.
and doesn't
You
know
know,
how to
Stem's
move them.
Stem's just an AI. But Tom Hardy is a human, so he shouldn't move like a robot. I just think that like
I think it was
could've,
just an
like-
added detail to show that Stem is controlling his body, not him.
yeah. I
Well,
guess.
if you look at it like really, it's more of like it's not the natural way of moving, but it's a very efficient way of moving.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Like
in
the way you walk downstairs. It's like nobody walks like that, but
Mhm.
your spine and stuff, they're at their most relaxed state if you're perfectly up straight and going downstairs.
I-
like however the fuck he was doing it.
I guess too is like as the movie went on, he got more and more like fluid with his movements. Like he
Yeah.
was getting used to his body.
I guess so.
Yeah, because the action scenes definitely changed the more he like went on. Because at first it was very much mechanical. It was like, a fucking machine, and then
Yeah.
like some of the last fight scenes were very much more fluid, much more like actual fucking human limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
So that was definitely helpful. But to back off of Gazcan's fucking my brain
Statement.
stopped. Statement. Thank you. To back off his statement about his movements being the most efficient. Fuck off, Foreshew. For his movements to be the most efficient. Why did you have to send that? Now my train of thought is gone. His movements being the most efficient. It's a lot like in Terminator when, I think it was the first Terminator, when Arnold Schwarzenegger would ever, move his head, he'd always move his eyes first.
It's like
Because
Geodude.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
efficient way of doing it. I hate you so much,
Yeah.
Foreshew.
It's like cardboard Geodude, but like it's like the cartoon that used to play on Cartoon Network called Rollbots. I love
Okay,
that show, dude.
Rollbots.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was such a
that
weird
was-
show.
The best fucking show.
I don't even remember anything about. I'm gonna go look at pictures of Rollbots now.
Oh god.
We're supposed to be doing a podcast where Rollbots are more important.
Yeah.
Can we go off on a
I mean, it fits.
tangent about Rollbots?
Tangents are always cool. That's my favorite part about listening to any podcast.
Didn't
Or,
they have
some
like?
people
going
go
off
after.
topic and then like talking about some random ass stuff?
The weird thing is
Yeah.
their face doesn't move
Oh,
when they're
that
rolling.
show!
Like,
Yeah,
look
right?
at this. This is the
Spin
best
and
part about this
lance.
movie. It's almost like they have like a transparent exterior to their face that rolls, because their faces don't move unless they're rolling so fast that it matches up with the camera frequency, so it looks like their faces are stable.
Oh, so you think that they plan that? They plan the camera to match the exact frequency of the fucking Rollbots?
Yeah.
CGI robots, yeah.
I'm more
Well,
confused
they're all
about why
different
the.
sizes, so
Didn't they have like
Yeah.
these toys
They
that would
roll
like
fast.
actually shoot little marbles out?
Hungry Hippos
No. I'm gonna.
is
Not
what
what I meant.
Hungry Hippos with the indigest fuck DLC of that
Oh my god. You're having a rough time.
that word there.
indigestion.
Yeah, and then like they
Indigestion.
fucking they spit the marbles out, and then if you eat them you die because it's like mixed with stomach acids, and then like you have to throw away the board game after and buy a new one.
Foreshew, I think you're playing Hungry Hippos wrong.
I think you're playing it wrong.
Are you
This
eating
is
the hippo
way-
food?
Yeah.
Damn it, Foreshew.
Don't they eat like fucking alligators and shit?
No, I don't know. What do hippos
Dude, hippos
eat?
are fucking dangerous, dude. They have like they'll like crush your skull like in an instant.
Hippos are actually some of the most dangerous animals.
Yeah.
You know what else is the most dangerous
Fun
animal?
hippo fact: you're the
Um,
most dangerous
If
animal.
you're a rhino's
Danny
horn, you're
DeVito.
really likely to die.
Did you say if you're on a rhino's horn?
If you, as an entity, are the horn of a hippo, the horn of a rhino, your life is in grave danger because they'll just chop off like your entire face, dude.
What?
Where did that come from?
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. Farmers will cut off the horns of rhinos so that they don't get poached, but the poacher's like, just kidding, I'm gonna literally chop off the rhino's face with a fucking chainsaw, and then they get the little part of the horn that's actually still in their face. That's a legit thing.
Yeah, because that's still worth fucking.
Yeah.
Foreshew?
So much money. I
They'll
don't know
cut off the
exactly.
rhino's face. It's messed up.
Foreshew, are you afraid
Yeah.
that you're going to be reincarnated into a rhino horn?
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the vibe I'm getting from
I
this.
feel like I did it like in the Buddhist religion, you know, like I did enough bad in this world that I'm gonna instead of being reincarnated as an ant, it's gonna go far enough for me to no longer be sentient, and I'll just be like an object.
You're going to reincarnate as a wet
Oh,
fucking
no.
napkin.
Oh
A
god.
moist
The wet-
towelette.
A wet napkin. That's the worst kind of napkin, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather use napkin because at least like there might be like ramen on the guy's face or something, or the girl's face. That's
It's toilet paper, Foreshew.
What were we reviewing again?
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Upgrade!
No, the episode has now turned into a Rollbots review.
Robots with rhino
Robots
horns.
review.
Wait,
Gosh. Hey, by the way, you guys need to watch my fucking stream so that my average can go to 3. So
But we're doing
no,
a
you
stream
stop
right
being
now.
a whore.
I need the views.
Start doing those lady streams, you know?
I knew it. I knew it. Hippos do attack alligators or crocodiles. They don't know if to eat them, but they for sure attack them. Which
What's
is
the
pretty
difference
Attack
The
between
longest
alligators and
alligator in the
crocodiles
world
anyway?
is 8 meters long.
I think one of them's American and the other one's not.
No, one of them you see in a while, and the other one you see later.
You've seen what? I don't get it.
In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator.
Oh, fuck you. I heard wild, like you find them in the wild, so
No.
I didn't.
One of them you see later, the other one you see in a while.
Okay, and a baboon you see soon.
Seriously,
Alligators
baboon.
have a wider U-shaped snout, while crocodiles' front ends are more pointed and V-shaped. When
Huh.
their snouts shut, crocodiles look like they're flashing a toothy grin. As the fourth tooth on each side of the lower jaw sticks up over the upper lip. I thought there would be like a geographical difference as well, and like
For alligators and crocodiles?
where can you find alligators? Definitely in the boonies.
So this is a Rollbots
In the
/ alligator / crocodile podcast that also happens to feature a little bit
I
of
know
a
you
view
find
of Upgrade.
you find crocodiles in Australia. You also find man rays close to the crocodile hunter's tomb. Imagine having your own tomb, dude. You could buy an alligator predator suit for $1,200 on Wayfair. What?
Oh my gosh.
I think we should all buy one and wear it
No.
out.
Crocodiles
gonna buy
prefer
predator
tropical
suits?
habitats.
Yeah,
such
and
as
we'll
the Amer-
do we'll actually like do a podcast like
Guys.
in person, but all wearing
What's happening?
full like alligator suits, $12,000 alligator suits.
Who just left the... Why did
Foreshew
leave the
just
call?
left.
Why'd
Why
you
did you
leave the
leave?
call?
Oh, Discord. No,
No,
Discord.
he's still here.
No,
Come
he
on, just
left
was
and then
quiet.
came
Why
back,
you gotta do
Oh,
me
what the
dirty
fuck?
like that?
and now he's not talking. Which I mean, it's kind of a
Alright.
good change, but
Yeah,
And he's gone
Now
again.
we can actually talk about the movie.
Discord.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm changing my
God.
background
Oh.
of the stream to an alligator.
The boys.
Oh gosh. No.
Discord dogged
Hole
the
up.
boys. What? Hole up? And he's back. How long till he leaves again? And
There
he's
you go.
Got a
gone.
plan. I'm a man with a plan.
Fucking hell.
Give me a quick.
This is a fucking mess.
quick.
Yeah.
something
Anyways.
there.
Back to the movie.
Yeah. Is there any other points that you like either really didn't like
Yo.
or found interesting
Hello?
in the movie?
I mean, just didn't.
No, Discord's being-
The arm
Is it not
guns.
alive? It is alive.
Oh yeah, the
Were
arm guns
amazing.
are
See
fucking
what
cool.
happened.
I fucking
Okay,
love
Discord.
those.
Those were
Discord.
cool.
They
Oh,
were so
no.
fucking cool.
But the whole scene with the the downloading the
Oh,
footage
yes,
from like
stopped.
putting a stick in his
Joking
eye,
right
that
now?
was dumb.
That was.
Like that was like too
Yeah.
high tech,
Yeah.
you know? Just like the
gonna-
deadly spit.
Mhm.
The choom thing, that's the fucking
the
stupidest
sneeze.
thing. Yeah.
I need to
Honestly,
find
that
the
kind of just
boys.
brings up an
fucking scene right there behind me.
it brings up an
Stuff.
interesting,
That was dumb.
awful idea.
Bullshit.
Imagine if in the future, when we're all augmented, we have like
Holy
USB ports in our
fucking
fucking
shit,
eyes.
man.
How
Yeah, dude.
stupid would that be?
Yeah.
Why is this USB port in his goddamn eye?
Yeah, we may as well put up its fucking ass.
Honestly,
username?
that'd be a
Oh,
lot
that's
safer.
not good.
Yeah.
But they're all like car ports, so it like looks like a dick.
Oh gosh. That's
No,
terrible.
email, not username.
No, but like honestly, why is the USB port in his fucking eye? That's the stupidest
I don't
fucking
know, that was
decision
dumb.
I've ever seen. Even like, and if it's not, is he just like stabbing
was
into
wrong.
his brain and sucking up the memory, giving his brain the good old suck?
Here we go.
I don't know.
Trying to fix the problem.
But then the weird thing is, like, he was able to see exactly what he was seeing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it was like, well, you don't got a lens in your eye unless you do. But there was some stuff where it's like, it was way too advanced for the single person. Like having a program to put all that in a single person, when like the technology around them hasn't even gone to that point in a large scale.
Yeah, exactly.
What
I
was
mean-
the year in the
Yeah.
movie again?
I don't think they ever said.
Voice
80 years
calling
in the
now.
future,
Oh, all
I
right.
think.
Something like that.
Why do I have shitty luck?
Ah,
Join the
God.
Hey!
video chat. I'm extremely hungover though. That,
Don't.
that
You're
was a-
still
that was a rough
hungover from
night.
drinking last night?
Not really. It's that I have a hard time eating standing up. I have to lie down to eat. So I'm still slightly hungover.
You have to lie down to eat? What are you, like,
I have to
in the
lie down
hospital?
to eat. It doesn't want to go down if I'm
Use
either
an IV.
sitting up or standing up. It
Use-
just doesn't want to go down.
Dude, you know what? Then go down on yourself.
So, not plot twist, different thing. Eric, did you do anything completely fucking stupid yesterday while you were drunk?
Yes, yes, yes. You talked about, like,
Uh,
fucking breakups and shit.
Did I?
Oh no.
Yeah, you talked about getting rejected and being depressed
Oh.
on stream.
Oh.
You had, like,
no.
7
Oh, I'm gonna
viewers.
have to watch that. It's like 5 hours long though.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Yeah, I streamed till about 4:30. I think. Miller, you were there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
No,
not for
wait,
the
you
whole thing.
left, and then I stayed for a while longer. Oh fuck.
Yeah, you and Foreshew stayed for a
Oof.
while longer.
Oh really? It was me and Foreshew?
Yeah, dude, we set up till, like, I went to bed at 4 a.m. yesterday. I got pissed off because I don't like going to bed that early because then I have to wake up at noon. I was like, I like having a day when I wake up. You know what I mean?
Same.
Well, I woke up
I
at
honestly
7
didn't know
a.m.
It was
so.
with you. I thought it was playing with Miller.
No, you were actually talking to Anat Shaklat and you listened to a bunch of Mongolian music too. Willingly, actually. And you said it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
And you
He
kept
was
calling
really drunk
you kept
then.
calling 9 treasures 9 realms. You would read the word treasure and say realm.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you
I have a
don't
very
get
hard
it.
time with the reading. Like, for some reason, the words don't really go. If I make a mistake once, it doesn't matter what's gonna happen. I always read that word the way I accidentally fucked it up.
Dude, I don't even get it, man.
I
And
need to get my brain upgraded.
then
Oh,
go
hey,
get
back
some
to the
stab.
movie.
That scene right there was fucking stupid.
What scene?
Okay, never mind. I was watching the delayed version, so it went back into the other scene, which was kind of cool. I
Just
really
tell
like
us what
do you
scene it is,
remember,
Eric.
When they were doing the surgery,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they got that so like down because normally in movie surgeries it's way too clean looking,
Yeah,
Mhm.
they fucking butchered
but
him.
that was nice. It was like it was legit. You saw the tendons and whatever, and it was like it was actually
Yeah.
gross looking and how it looked like if you'd open someone's back.
You saw bones and shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
you,
why
you
I
saw
don't like
the like the disgustingness. Normally it's like there's a level of disgusting, but it's still like clean
There's
disgusting.
an incision, then they fucking vacuum up the blood and the body doesn't produce anymore because they stop their heart and the guy actually dies, but they decide to perform the surgery anyway because fuck that, they have nothing better to do, right? This is just a film anyway.
He's actually a
Yeah,
dead
exactly.
body and Stem's just controlling him.
Ah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, God.
That's the plot twist. It turns out that Gray has been dead the
He
whole
was dead
fucking
the whole
time.
Yeah, it's actually all just a dream.
That's actually pretty cool.
No.
It was only just a dream. Okay, this is some bullshit. There's
Yeah.
more people watching Millers than mine. I'm
did a
pissed
bunch of
as
accents.
fuck right now.
Okay, no
Uh,
need to be jealous there.
I have one viewer, but I'm not
Do you
even
know
streaming.
how much time and effort I put into preparing my damn stream?
Yeah, look at my stream, bro. See that alligator?
Yeah, I see.
Well,
that
keep in mind,
alligator.
Miller actually advertised his stream on Instagram.
Yeah,
so.
I did.
You did?
Well,
Fuck you!
well,
I'm
fuck
advertising my stream.
And I
How many
did.
viewers do you got?
Halfway through,
3.
Eric. You're advertising it halfway through.
Are you saying hi?
What?
Bilbo Bag. Okay, somebody was watching. Okay.
What up, Bilbo
Um,
Baggins?
Fucking
Dildo
Miller. I'm gonna go
Daggins.
check out that post and see what's up.
Hey, I'm live
It's on my-
again,
it's on my
boys.
story.
Starting soon, 7:30.
I am
Eastern.
live again.
Guys, are we? This is a mess.
Ah, it's
Oh,
the
of
best
Isn't
part.
course
this
it
so
is.
much better? Isn't just talking so much better than actually talking about a movie?
Yeah, I think
is.
we have the movie and we talk about the movie, but we let ourselves like just bullshit around a little bit too.
You know, we kind of let ourselves go a bit. Like, we eat during the
Because-
stream, and we kind of, like, you know, don't really watch our calories.
I
you know?
mean,
We just
eating's a little bit
Let
gross.
ourselves
Maybe
go.
not eating.
We just let
I'm gonna
ourselves
be-
go, you know?
I'm gonna be honest, cause like we're basically like we've reached the end of the movie and we're just like talking about like plot twists and shit, and we're only 50 minutes worth of audio.
An
As for
hour?
Annihilation, we talked about nothing but the movie, and we had like 2 hours and
Oh.
a half.
Well, obviously, it's going to depend on the movie. This one,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot to talk about, but at the same time, not 2 hours worth of fucking contemplating the meaning of life.
Yeah, I think Annihilation was
Contemplating the
deeper.
meaning of wrist guns.
Yeah.
What could
Actually,
this
let's talk
is a
about wrist
wrist
guns.
gun?
biblically? What could this
Dude.
mean?
Let's actually talk about that.
Talk about what?
Wrist guns.
All right.
Imagine a wrist gun, but instead of shooting out, it shoots in.
Blows
my
out of your
God.
shoulder.
Jeez.
Extreme pain right away.
Okay, no, imagine a wrist gun, but it's not like bullets, it's like a rocket. So just fire starts coming out of your shoulder and you shoot like a missile out of your hand.
Oh, fucking hell.
Terrible.
That'd be amazing. I still like my idea better.
Shoot, you just have your hand down, you know, and just all of a sudden a bullet just comes right out of your shoulder up into the sky.
Oh, fucking hell. That'd be amazing, dude.
Yeah, dude, it'd be amazing, dude.
Fuck
But
you,
they
eat
do,
my
there is
ass.
such thing as molecular guns.
What?
Microscopic
Yeah,
guns.
Shoots molecules.
It's like
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't Morgan not want to advertise the stream yet?
No, I didn't care. For the streams, it's fine. The actual podcast itself, no.
to test out like graphene
Okay.
sheets, which was like really thin, bulletproof material. Like microscopically thin. It's like 1 molecule thin, but it's bulletproof. Like, well, bulletproof.
Uh-huh.
It's graphene, right? So it's like carbon molecules that's hard as diamonds, and it's like a really thin sheet. And they would stack those up, and it was like it was on a research I did trying to like for school or whatever on like really thin body armor.
Oh.
It's like Kevlar, but instead of it being plastic, it's
Shit.
it's carbon. So search up like graphene like armor or something, and they to test it out they shot microscopic guns that would shoot like molecular bullets, right? Like it's like such a small like ball, but it was going like Mach 7, and the graphene obviously would dent and become deformed, but it would still stop it, which I thought was really cool. Because like obviously, if it's traveling just as fast as a normal bullet, like it doesn't have as much mass, so I guess the energy and like the carry through is a bit less. But at the same time, the smaller it is, with that same amount of force behind it, punctures through surfaces a lot easier, right? So it's pretty tough shit.
Okay, that just makes me think of... Oh, what were you going to say, Miller?
I was about to say, I hope they realize how kind of useless that is, because nobody in a war is going to be shooting microscopic guns.
No, but it's a step to make really thin body armor that could stop like a 5.56 bullet or something. You know what I mean?
I could just see
Like-
the Russians running up with nothing in their hands, and just the other guys are like,
Suddenly the
what
entire
the
other
fuck's
team is
going
dead.
on?
Oh,
Where are their
like
weapons?
graphene.
All of a sudden, you just see microscopic bullets just flying through the air.
Imagine
Actually,
implanting
let me
it
correct
underneath your
myself. You
skin.
don't see microscopic bullets flying through the air, and then you just die.
Yeah, but imagine implanting graphene underneath your skin. Wait, if it could stop a bullet, it could stop a knife.
Okay,
Maybe
but
we-
like, I think
Come
the
stab.
funniest thing about that, though, is the fact that they invented, like, microscopic guns specifically just to test...
microscopic
this-
armor.
I mean, that's awesome. But you could implant those microscopic guns into your wrist and shoot
But-
your buddy's wife.
Okay,
with it.
listen.
Into
That
your
makes-
eyes.
That makes me think of Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, how he was like, I'm gonna make this giant sun that has the power to, like, you know, power everything, but I need to be able to harness it. So I created perfect mechanical arms that could help billions of people,
Yeah.
specifically just for this infinite power source.
Yeah.
It's like, I
Here.
forget what it was, but I was watching this, like, sort of review thing, and they're talking about that exact thing, and he's like, oh yeah, in order to fix the microchip, it caused an excessive amount of cancer, so I invented the cure for cancer just so I can wear the arms.
Yeah. I was
Here-
thinking about that. Like, a guy creates the cure to cancer just to aid him to make something else.
To give
Exactly.
him cancer. No, here I found 3 tabs. One of them, graphene is a super light. It's like as light as foil, right? It could stop a bullet, despite being like 1 atom thin. So a bulletproof graphene. I'm gonna read this out there. Bulletproof graphene makes ultra strong body armor. Layers of one carbon atom thick, can absorb blows that would punch through steel. Because it is excellent conductor of heat and electricity as well, graphene is already used in computers and electronics. Bulletproof graphene makes ultra strong. This is the same thing. Recent tests suggest that graphene performs twice as well as fabric currently used in bulletproof vests, like Kevlar, making it ideal for soldiers and police. And the molecules are in like a honeycomb shape. I knew that because I did a project on, I think, for tech. But on micro technology, I talked about Gore-Tex and like waterproof shoes and shit. But and my demonstration was just pouring a water bottle on my hiking boots.
Oh yeah.
And
that
it
was
didn't work
fucking
because I
stupid.
wore them too much and the waterproofing wore off.
It didn't even work.
And everyone's like, "I see wet marks," and it's like, "Okay, well, I've been wearing them daily for like 3 years, dude. Shut up."
Oh, well, I wet myself, so fuck off.
Nobody loves you. No, but yeah. So like, I think when they advance graphene a lot more, it'd be really cool to be able to like have that stuff on the daily. You know, like you like imagine like just like wearing a shirt with graphene in it. You fucking get hit by a transport and live.
Delightful. I want to
Fuck
get
a
hit
dog.
by
Your
a transport.
inside-
I
Eyes would
don't
be blown
think
up.
I don't think it's. If you get hit by a transport while wearing that, I still think you would die.
You would blow up all your organs in your interiors. You'd just be a water balloon. You'd go flying across the road, smash your skull open, and die. But your body, your exterior wall, your shell, if you wish, would be intact because you have an exoskeleton.
Think of it as
You have two.
Getting-
You have.
think of it as getting into a motorcycle accident while wearing a helmet.
You live.
If you hit your head on the ground, you'll still take damage.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't take fall damage. Sorry. Level
Fall
1
damage
armor
is
is
disabled.
too weak. No. Why do I hear a motorbike? Or is that Morgan's shitty computer?
That's me coughing, dumbass.
No, there's
No,
like a
I
know
fan
behind
that
that.
activated.
No, it's Morgan's shitty computer.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like a motorcycle. I honestly thought that's what it was. But
Does
like
Spoonful have 2 L's?
something like that.
No,
That's-
that
oh
is one
shit!
L.
I
Okay.
spelt this wrong. Let me take that off.
I put
the
it with
stream.
2 L's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a
I
full,
looked at his, I'm like, wait, did I get it wrong?
full of spoon.
Yeah,
But
I
you
was
looked
thinking
online?
like
But it's
full, you know?
But yeah, no.
Wait, are we
'Cause, like,
typing
you
it
had a-
wrong on purpose?
You have a normal skeleton and
no,
an
yeah. Let's
exoskeleton.
type it wrong on purpose because the other one is spoonful with 1 L, right?
Alright, now I have to update my shit again. No, but like you have an
Are we
exoskeleton
doing it with 2 L's? Sorry, I'm so
and a
sorry.
normal skeleton.
I'm putting it
Right?
with 1 L.
So you have the jelly between 2 layers of like strength. You're immortal, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy shit. Get punched
To
in
be
the
completely
face,
honest, I wasn't paying attention to what
but
you
you
were
don't
saying.
get put. Yeah, I knew that. Thank
None
you.
of us were. It's okay.
Cool. But yeah, no,
Love
graphene
you.
is pretty cool. So now that we got like, I mean, we didn't really talk about wrist guns. We talked more about bulletproof skin, and shirts. Actually, bulletproof shirts, dude. That's crazy. We could invent those and like drive Bugattis to school, but we won't be in school anymore.
Foreshew,
Oh,
we will
gosh.
have been graduated for several years at that point.
Make a bulletproof T-shirt, dude.
Yeah, well,
I'd
we
buy
have
that.
to make bulletproof t-shirts and bring it to the Monco rally with us.
Yeah, no, you'll get like fucking nasty bruises though. You'll get shot by like some guy with a revolver, but he's like fastest hands in the east because you get to see what I did there. Anyway, fuck you. And then you get like massive fucking bruises and break your ribs and shit, but you did not get a bullet in your heart.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool.
I see.
You are dead, but
Get-
you haven't been shot through the
If you,
heart.
if
so
you get
that's
shot in the
it.
head though, if you do get shot in the head, you're dead. We should make bulletproof hats like a baseball cap, but they're bulletproof.
So a helmet.
It literally
No, no, no.
a helmet.
Fucking helmet.
No, yeah, but a helmet weighs a lot. You look like an idiot if you wear a helmet to a corner store, dude. It's like, dude, this guy's actually gonna bomb the place. But if you wear like a,
A Kevlar hat.
Yeah.
We're gonna break your skull.
Jesus Christ.
but at least
Foreshew.
you don't get a bullet in your brain.
Yeah, you're just gonna have a big old crater from the impact.
Yeah, I feel
refraction.
like the Kevlar hat would kind of like not be penetrated by
make
the
it
bullet,
worse.
but
Your
would bend
chance of
around
survival
the
is
bullet
lower.
Alright,
and
here-
dent your face.
Let me ask you a question here, right?
Okay.
Would you rather have a deformed skull or be fucking dead?
You'd be dead
I'd
either
rather
way.
be dead.
You wouldn't be dead either way.
There's honestly, I believe there's a much smaller chance of survival if you have the Kevlar hat, because a lot of people have died. I mean, survived and died from shots to the head.
Headshot. Yeah, I know. There was that kid at the mall who got shot in the head, and he
But
was.
getting a hole pierced through your head versus the equivalent of just getting a big old fucking punch going 300 meters a second into your head, I think
Hold
you're
on.
gonna have a better
So,
chance of surviving.
You're
the single
telling
point.
me that if you just have a flesh wound, no, if you break your skull, if you break a portion of your skull,
Yeah.
you instantly die compared to having an enter wound and an exit wound in your brain and
You'd
what-
most do you know
What are you
what
talking
if
about?
You're watching if you have a
You have a
fucking
hole
Kevlar
right
beanie
through your
on,
fucking
a Kevlar
brain.
beanie. Think of this.
all right.
It's gonna hold all of that impact. There's still all that energy going into this point.
Yeah.
It's just gonna the Kevlar is just gonna make it so that it's a bigger surface area, and then it's gonna punch a bigger
so
hole
the
into
bullet
your head.
will
and
It
go
would
in your head.
honestly shatter your skull at that impact zone and just scramble your brain.
Yeah. Okay, but
Here.
wait. I need to
Instead of
ask a
having
single
like a
question about
clean
this.
and
What was
like
that?
entrance and exit wound where it is still possible to survive with like surgery and shit,
Can I add one
it would
comment
just
to this though?
melt your brain.
I'll add one quick comment.
Okay.
Yes, it will like fucking destroy your skull, but because like the bullet will still probably go in your head, it'll pull the beanie in with it, right? It's automatic band-aid, dude.
Oh, there you go. Kevlar is automatically better than your skin. Just the fact that
Okay,
it creates
but
an
wait.
automatic band-aid.
But wait, I want to know why Foreshew has to worry about being shot in the head while he's going to a corner store.
Oh, yeah,
just
I live in
paranoid as
Syria,
hell.
by the way.
What?
I also live in Syria. I got tear gassed yesterday just going outside to tie my shoes.
Ow.
Fucking hell.
Why would you go outside to tie your shoes? Why
'Cause
were
my
you
shoes
wearing
were
your
muddy.
shoes
My
on the
mom doesn't-
inside?
My mom doesn't want me to wear my shoes inside. I think she has better things to worry about, like fucking the bombs dropping on the neighbor's house. But you know what? It's fine.
So instead, you
But,
put
like,
on your shoes,
so you
go
walked
outside to tie
outside-
them, and then come back inside and take them off?
yeah, well, I put my shoes on outside because I was leaving to go outside, right? So
Oh.
I'm not just gonna like walk barefoot, but I'm not gonna bring my shoes back inside to put them on and then walk back outside. This makes a mess out of
Alright.
nothing. Again, she wants to sweep the mud off the floor and not worry about our roof caving in from the bombs that fucking guys dropping on our house. Cause you know you should come visit me in Aleppo whenever you get the chance.
I'm busy. I'm washing my hair that day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense, yeah.
I'm doing it every day, so I can't.
All day, every day. You get like prune skin.
Yeah, exactly.
You just
How much
washing your
friction?
hair all day.
How much
every day.
friction does it take? Like how long till your hair falls out?
2
I
seconds.
don't know. Let's test it. Oh, 2 seconds.
Yep.
You stream it, washing my hair forever until my hair falls out.
Eric, that's how you'll get all your views.
You'd probably get a GoFundMe. So you could like buy a wig after it.
Or so people can donate soap to you. Once you run out of soap.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
my goodness.
There you go.
Yeah.
We should all set up a GoFundMe for Eric so we can wash his hair out.
No, this is for you, Morgan. So you could wash your hair till your your
What?
head till your hair falls
No.
off.
Yeah.
We're
Oh.
gonna do this for Eric. He
Wash your
needs the
face till your
views.
beard falls
No,
off. How about
we have-
that?
We.
Excuse me?
Your neck beard, actually.
Your
I was
neck.
gonna shave earlier today, but I decided not to because I'm
Oh,
fat
yeah, I
and
was supposed to
lazy.
shave like a week ago, and still nothing changed.
Horseshoe, you could not grow hair if you tried. You're very fucking artist.
It's because I'm an artist.
What?
What?
It's because you're an artist.
No, then you called me an artist because you're an artist.
No, I said if you tried your very fucking hardest.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you tried, you're very fucking artist.
If you tried
You're
your
very
artisan.
fucking artist.
If you try, you can commit arson.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I like to think that Nagasaki was just arson. Makes me feel a bit better.
Jesus Christ. Foreshoot, that's not okay. You can't say that shit.
I mean, I think like most people know about it now, like
Jesus Christ.
how many jokes do you think went out the day it happened?
None.
Not even. I think some Americans made some jokes. They're like,
No, absolutely not.
you don't think so, dude? At that time, there was like 5 billion people in the world. Not one person made a joke about that.
Probably not.
You're sick, dude. You're sick-minded to think nobody would make fun of
You're
that.
So-
sick fucker thinking that nobody would make fun of Nagasaki the day it happened.
Wait, Foreshew, are you saying that right now, let's say a nuclear bomb were to go off in the most populated city in India, you would be making
you
jokes
got it.
about it?
I mean,
Or like the most populated city in the UK? Or like, I don't know.
Most
I'm actually
populated
gonna,
city in Canada.
Toronto.
Look
Yeah.
at.
I'm actually right now.
Vancouver.
I'm gonna tell you something about this. All right? We wouldn't
Oh, no.
make joking about it, but people in China would. There would be no
You know
such
what?
thing as racism in the world if everybody was racist, because then it's all relative, right?
No, because then we'd all be racist.
Yeah, but then it's like I said, it's relative though. Like if okay, put it this way, right? If everybody in your class is gay except for you, are you the gay one?
No, everybody else except for you is gay.
No. But to them, you're gay.
That was the stupidest thing you ever fucking said.
I like to think that in their eyes you're gay.
I think in
No.
their eyes, you would be the only person that's not gay.
I think
No.
in everyone's eyes.
You know what? Well, you gotta ruin my life with facts and logic.
Foreshew, if that's how it works in your eyes, you need to see an optometrist.
I don't have eyes.
All right.
He's got cameras. The only way to
Yeah,
see what
I
he's
have 2 stems, one for each eye.
seeing. One for each eye. You have 2
They
stems
talk to each
controlling
other.
your eyes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
This is a mess.
we've
this
made
is-
it back
this
to the
is
movie
falling
somehow.
apart.
We've
Let's
made
talk
a full
about
circle.
let's talk about upgrade. We talked about literally every possible subject in the entire fucking world. We talked about molecular science. We talked about racism and homophobia. We talked about Syria and nuking people and laughing at
We
it.
talked about alligators and the short-lived series from 2007, Rollbots.
Rollbots, yep.
And then we went back to the movie, dude. We
And
we could
molecular
make,
guns.
Dude, we should make a podcast.
Dude, we should make a podcast. That's
Dude,
such
we'd
a
be
good
so
idea.
good at that, dude.
Honestly, this is the worst idea we've ever come up with.
You're the worst idea your parents ever came up with.
I wasn't an idea, I was an accident.
I know. It's great.
Oh.
Were you
wow.
actually? What's it
yeah.
feel like to
yeah,
be
I
like a
was
complete
too, actually.
abomination? Except Josh is the only kid that actually has some normal shit in his life.
Wait,
What?
I'm not an accident, I'm a mistake.
Yeah,
So
there's a
Morgan,
difference.
let's be real. All right. So
Mhm.
how do you wake up every morning saying I'm okay with this, knowing that you ruined your parents' life for 18 years?
Jesus Christ, Foreshew. I wake up incredibly happy with myself.
Like let's be honest. As a kid, they're like, yeah, you know, like I'm gonna do all this shit. I'm gonna travel the world, and then you fucking happen, and then their entire like life from like their 20s all the way to their fucking 40s, dude. That like you lost your prime, right? You have back pains, you have arthritis, and then right before that, you were in university. Your parents literally don't have a life because of you. You wasted their lifespan
Oh
on this
my
earth.
God.
They're gonna die sad and lonely, knowing that they didn't complete their dreams like they wanted to as a kid. Are you happy with that,
Holy
Morgan?
fuck. Yes. No. Okay. Actually, a funny thing involving that.
Oh,
My
jeez.
parents have.
My parents
No,
don't have dreams.
No, my parents have literally told me. They were like, if it weren't for you, we might not still be together. Like, they're
Whoa.
still happily married and everything, like, today, but, like, because they had only been dating for a very short amount of time when they had me.
Was it like 3
They were-
months?
Yeah, they were dating for, like, 3 or so months.
Quick maths,
When...
but more like quick sex. Boom.
Should we not talk about my parents?
Bang
Your
him.
parents did in the butthole.
Wait,
That, Miller, that's not how you make a baby.
actually, yeah, no,
Oh,
that,
did
that's
you
true.
hear
That's
about the
true.
Chinese
I remember
family?
that. I remember she told me that last night, eh?
What?
Your dad was like, he thought it'd be funny to like prank your mom by sitting in the toilet bowl with his dick sticking up, and she didn't know he was there, and she went to go take a shit, and like his dick went in her ass, and then you were born. Because everybody knows
What?
babies are born from the butt.
Okay, I thought. Oh, what the fuck? Did you guys
I've
hear
never
about
been so
the Chinese
traumatized.
couple though that honestly didn't know how reproduction worked?
No.
It's 'cause
Well,
they're Chinese,
there was a
dude.
Chinese couple. They were trying to have a child for like years or whatever. It had been like they were trying for 2 years, I think they said. So then they went to the doctor to see if they were fertile, and then they were both fertile, and then they were both super confused, like, why haven't we had a kid yet? And then the doctor was like, okay, describe how.
So you put it
you're
in her
doing
ass.
They were
didn't ya?
doing anal the entire time,
I think the
and they
first
honestly
indicator.
didn't know.
I think the first indicator would be my dick being full of shit. I would say, wait, this isn't right.
No, it's because there's no like health class or anything.
Oh yeah, because
You
they're
don't, you
commies.
don't learn it.
Foreshew.
And it's
Christ.
literally
Forgot about
anything
that.
is blocked in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous because they're very much like, no, it has to follow these exact guidelines. Like, I think it was the Chinese president. Like, someone was comparing him to Winnie the Pooh.
Prime
and,
Minister.
Winnie the Pooh is banned online. Like, any mention of Winnie the Pooh will get you banned off the internet, like the Chinese internet.
Yeah, you also disappear from the
Really?
face of the earth. You'll show up in the news 2 months later crying, and you'll never be seen again. Happened to that one
Pretty much,
bookstore
yeah.
owner who he was selling books in Hong Kong about being gay. Then like he just fucking disappeared, dude. It's crazy shit.
It's like
Also,
that Chinese
yeah.
doctor who was using CRISPR to make designer babies. He went missing.
Well, missing quotation marks. He actually probably got
Yeah.
like fucking taken by the government, and they're like, "We're feeding you
Oh,
to
probably.
live dogs now, and then we're gonna make fucking ground beef out of you and sell it to people down the street."
Oh no.
Or Elon Musk kidnapped him and he's sending him to Mars.
Dude, he's gonna make people who could live on Mars without fucking like helmets and shit.
Oh,
Yep.
that's what he's doing?
That'd actually be sick, dude.
He's gonna develop humans that can breathe the nothing in Mars's atmosphere.
Isn't it like sulfur in that atmosphere or something? Or is that Venus?
I'm gonna light a match inside of this place and then kablamo. Oh, so
Blows.
Josh,
What?
does the inside of this spacesuit remind you of Anthem?
The inside of what
Anthem
spacesuit?
is probably bad.
Comes out in less than a month.
Yeah, I can't wait
It,
to not
it
play
reminds me of what's that one game where they create
It looks like a fridge.
the sing to speech there. Oh no, like a text to sing with the little astronauts.
No clue what you're talking about.
That's where them my cock, cheesy on my beanie and the salsa on my balls.
Oh, Diddy.it.
But it's like a game where these astronauts, you're like astronauts in space, but instead of there's like a text to speech
Oh.
function, but whenever they talk, they sing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the space something. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Moonbase Alpha.
yeah, that's what that suit makes me think of.
Okay, I got you. Cheesy on my beanie and the sauce on my.
So yeah,
This
upgrade.
is the second. This is the second podcast in a row that we mentioned that.
This is the second
Oh
podcast.
gosh.
So, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Upgrade. So like, what's next in the format? What'd you say?
We have a
Diddy.
format.
The podcast opinions. So
So
what was our
what's the-
opinions on the movie?
Oh.
Oh, wait, that's
it's
Josh.
about
Josh,
the
you say
movie.
you're the
Oh,
host.
what was our opinions on the movie? You see.
Let's go in order of who we are in the general text. So Gazcan first.
What?
Which texts?
Just
Never mind.
Dude, everyone's stream has a different order of names.
No, I'm talking about in the Discord.
It doesn't
Oh, the
matter. Just
Discord.
Gazcan, you go first.
Okay. I'll go first. The movie itself, like the visuals were very, very nice. I really like what they did with, well, the colors and stuff. I didn't find there was any significant meaning. It just looked cool as fuck. And I really like their representation of like future tech. Except for the small, like all the enhanced military dudes. Too far. There was too much shit there. So, to rate this movie, I would give it a 7 flat.
Nice.
7.
Okay.
Nice.
Then Josh, you're supposed to ask him what would make it a 10.
What would make it a 10?
Maybe not as okay. So some characters I didn't really like was, the designer dude.
Young
I mean,
Sheldon.
I liked him, but he was too much of the introvert that they wanted him to be, type of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
they get stabbed in the fucking face.
yeah. So to make it better, maybe have him not be 100% controlled by this computer that he could just turn off.
He could actually just take it and just smush it under his boot and problem
Yeah.
solve.
That part I found
Yeah.
dumb. They should have probably fixed that plot hole.
But at the same
Um,
time, it's his masterpiece. He's been working his entire life on this thing, and you hate to
True.
just smush it.
It's like
Yeah.
how cyberbullying works. You could just turn off the computer, but you can't. You could block people, but I can't.
Yeah.
You can mute
Other
people
than
in Rainbow
that-
Six.
To make it a 10, maybe not have some of those like weird like explanation scenes drag out and reduce the stupid tech. Other than that, everything else I really liked.
Morgan, What's your opinion?
Wow.
My opinion is, I thought all the action scenes were fucking amazing. Genuinely, some of the most fun I've had watching a movie was watching those fucking action scenes. I thought a lot of the dialogue was bad. I thought a lot of the characters kind of sucked. And I thought the plot was dumb until the ending. The ending was pretty cool. And if I had to rate it, I'd give it probably a 6 out of 10.
Called it. What would make it a 10?
We'll make it a 10. Either get rid of literally all the plot, or throw in a lot more action scenes.
Get rid of the movie.
Delete the movie and
Throw away the
restart.
plot.
No, not throw away the plot, but just hire a better screenwriter, probably.
James Earl Jones.
What?
Darth Vader should have been in it.
Yeah, you know what? Darth Vader should have been in it. It needed more side boob.
No, Darth
Fuck
Vader
you,
should-
you bitch! I was gonna say that.
Don't
Darth Vader should have
bring
voiced
back
them.
the side boob.
Why do you
What?
gotta be a dick?
Darth Vader, James Earl Jones should have voiced STEM.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh gosh.
And Angelina Jolie should have been Grey,
Laura Croft with more side boob.
because side boob.
Sorry.
Wanna know something
Yeah,
I noticed?
with
We
a
didn't really
skin-tight
go techie
scuba
into
suit.
this episode.
With a little
We didn't
nip
go
at
techie?
the end.
No, we didn't really go techie.
We talked about
Like,
graphene,
last time
dude.
we went. What?
Because the techiness in this movie is stupid.
yeah,
It is
I guess
stupid.
so.
We talked
There
about how
wasn't really
stupid
much
it
to
was,
talk
and then
about.
that was it.
Yeah.
So to make it a, I
Josh, listen, kick him from the
I
server.
liked
Mute
all of the
server,
action scenes.
Show games on this tab.
I,
Block.
f-
remove,
I
remove
find
friend.
the
Morgan, do
cinematog-
something, please.
Cinematography was pretty good. Seriously though, I liked all the action scenes. They were super good.
You're
The
such a cock,
choreography
dude.
of the fights are really good, except for the last fight.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
fight kind of sucked.
The cinematography is amazing. All of the fighting scenes where, you know, like at the first, even at the very end when he's walking down the stairs, or you see him like a back view walking up to him, to young Sheldon at the very end of the movie, where he's like, "No, don't kill him," but you see kind of like the camera following like up and down like his shoulders.
Yeah.
That scene was like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Discount Tom Hardy's acting was
Good for the
Uh,
most part.
good for the most part. There was just some scenes that were iffy, like the whole don't get caught scene there. They just like overacted in that scene. I find like I don't know, they just kind of
Yeah.
blew it out of proportions. But I like the acting was kind of goofy, but it was still good.
All right.
I didn't like young Sheldon very much.
Nobody likes young Sheldon. Worst TV
No.
show.
I like how we have nicknames for literally every fucking character.
Yeah.
We don't call them by their actual name.
I don't know their names, so
there's-
young Sheldon.
There's Mom Cop, there's Discount Tom Hardy, and there's Young Sheldon.
Young
Then
Sheldon.
there's Asian death lady.
Who?
What?
But
his
we
wife.
can
Oh
just go with
yeah,
that.
Jamie, I think it was.
Ash Ketchum.
I don't know. I can
She's
never
a death
understand.
lady.
I can never understand what they were saying whenever they'd say her name.
Her name's Asha or Ash, but Ash Ketchum. Gotta,
It's like-
gotta catch
Yeah,
'em all.
Asha or something. Asha. Something like that.
Asha.
What?
Her,
She a Mortal
like the
Kombat
wife's name
character?
was like Asha or like Asha.
Oh. Okay.
Something like
Ass.
Asha
Asa.
Trace. I think she'd be better as a Mortal Kombat character, getting fatality'd. Except without a gun to the chest, it'd be like a sword to the throat or something.
that. The guy rips out her spine and beats her to death with her skull.
Benedict, hey, dude, you know how
The
Tom
guy
Hardy's.
shoots a chain out of his wrist and like rips out her guts or something,
He says,
Get over
"Get
here."
over here," and then like dies instantly.
and shoots her in the face with his other, or sneezes on her and she dies.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. The movie needed more robot sneezes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that Tom Hardy's not in this movie, but Benedict Hardy is.
What?
There is a Benedict Hardy.
What?
What does that mean?
It's the guy with the Hitler stash. Who gets
Oh.
a piece of glass in his head.
Dying mustache.
Is-
The actual
is
guy
his
who looks like a
name-
Frisk, the guy who looks like an actual Nazi, more than I do.
When they went, I found it weird that his name was Fisk. I was like, I hope they
Frisk.
don't go into like a Marvel direction because this is terrible.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Fisk, you know, Wilson Fisk.
No. Anyway, what I think about the movie, because
No. What would make it a 10? I would give the movie a 7 out of 10.
Alright.
What would make the movie a 10?
More side boob.
The acting was better.
Wait, Morgan muted his mic. It's so much
Let's see.
quieter now.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, we'll go with that. If the acting was better.
Alright.
Cool.
Foreshew, go.
All right, so I thought it was pretty cool. I thought, like I said at the beginning, fight scenes, you know.
And that's
they're
the end of the
pretty,
podcast. Thanks for joining us. It was really fun talking about
Stop.
Upgrade.
Stop! No, let me talk.
Go.
You know.
Okay, so that's the end of the podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
I think that was a good time to announce that I'm actually a fucking terrorist and I'm gonna kill you all.
Oh gosh.
I have an AK next to me and I'm ready to blow your brains out, buddy.
I've got a mug.
I'm gonna mug you, bitch, with your
I've
mug.
got a noose and I'm not afraid to hang myself.
I've got a dick and I'm not afraid to send you dick pics, bruh.
Oh, shit. Okay, go.
Do it.
All right, you know what? Yeah, it was pretty cool. There was some cool stuff. You know, I think that again, robot sneezes. Let's be real. I get if you have like little nanobots in your saliva that like deteriorate the person's brain. Why wouldn't it deteriorate your own brain, right?
He
Like-
should have
like,
licked his eye.
What's stopping it from
Yeah.
getting your brain? And yet the other thing I have to say too is like, this is like the guy's favorite bar to go to, and he kills the bartender, you know. And the other thing too is, I mean, that's fucked up, dude. And like, kill your buddy? Nah. And you know, it's nanobots. They're robots. They can't reproduce. They have no sexy time to get it on with the girl. You know, the sexy Euro babes in the saliva world. Like if there is such thing as
What are you
a
talking
robot.
about?
If there's like sexy Euro babes but they're robots in your mouth. That
I think he's still
alright.
going on about the sneeze.
Let's ignore that. Yeah, we're talking about the sneeze. And
Fucking
but
hell.
like, can you only sneeze so many times before you need to go see your buddy and be like, hey, I need more of those sneeze robots to put in my mouth? Because like they can't reproduce, right? Your body can't produce more fucking robots, so he needs to like
yeah, so
sneeze.
he's like,
If he has
goes to his friend,
allergies,
he's like, I need to reload, and he just comes
Yeah.
in his mouth.
if he needs like
Oh.
if he has allergies that day and he sneezes, he's like, fuck, I wanted to kill like my teacher with those. Now I need to go back to the house and like eat more fucking robot sneezes.
I meant to sneeze in her face and kill her, but I accidentally just sneezed in her face and looked like an asshole.
Now she's gonna remember this.
Yeah, it's like the little telltale games, like, teacher will remember this.
Sneeze in her face like a dick.
You lowered her
God.
lifespan by +4.
There you go.
What?
You
Alright.
just humiliated yourself. No, well, I give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. What made it out of a 10 out of 10? What would have made it a 9 out of 10 would be
Side boob.
10 out of 10 definitely more side boom and Tom Hardy.
What if Woody Harrelson and Tom Hardy had a baby?
Then it would be me.
It'd be Woody Hardy.
Tom Harrelson.
It'd be there's a snake in my Hardy.
What?
There's a snake in my Hardy.
Wait, do you think that Venom 2 is just going to be a double date between, like, Carnage and
Bruh.
Venom, and
There
then,
is
like,
gonna be a Venom 2.
Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson?
Mhm.
Anyway, I think
They're gonna
that
make a Woody Hardy.
maybe Stem and Venom
Hardy
together.
Woody.
How would that work?
What?
If Stem and Venom were like there was a host and they both had Stem and Venom in them, would they fight? Would Venom be like, "Let me rip you out of my neck"? Would they be
I think
like,
Venom would easily just tear it out of the neck, because Venom is
and then
not
kill
a
his
robot.
host?
Wait, so in
Venom
Venom,
needs a
Tom
host.
Hardy had a stem the entire time?
No, but
Yes.
think about this though, right? Because like if Venom did rip the thing out of the neck, his host would die, and Venom's whole goal is to find a proper host, and him finding another host suitable to be able to sustain that kind of symbiote, like isn't gonna happen like at all. You know, it's very rare. So I think you just have to put up with the bullshit that Stem wants to say.
You know what I realized in this movie?
What?
That Gray never takes a shower after he has Stem. So is it
No, he
waterproof?
must smell like terrible.
But, like, is Stem waterproof? Can he just, like, walk into a shower and fucking kill Stem and be like,
I mean,
alright, we're
it's
good now?
inside of him.
It's inside of
course
him.
It's waterproof.
Morgan.
It's blood proof,
But
so
we
it's
don't
gotta
have
be waterproof.
proof of this, though.
Proof. I mean, it's blood
It's
proof.
in his spine.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
under his skin. His water, the skin doesn't seep in the water and annihilate
What?
things.
Oh, I hate it when my
doesn't
skin
seep in
liquefies
the
and goes into my
stupid
water.
ass thing.
So
Don't
what,
you
like,
hate when you're
put your-
just drinking and your lips just melt into your water?
Don't you hate it when you accidentally smack your head on the table and you stop moving and you fucking die?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Fuck.
And you bleed out everywhere.
Don't you hate it when you put a 9mm in your mouth and pull the fucking trigger?
It's the worst.
That was the
Usually
Don't
happens
you
to me
hate it
every
when you
Sunday.
live?
Anyway,
Don't you
Foreshew,
hate it
what
when
did
you hate
rate
it?
Foreshew.
7 out of
Finish your-
7 out of 10. What would make it a legit out of a 10 out of 10? I think more robot sneezes actually. Actually,
If you would have went more into detail about how the robot sneezes work,
more
loved that if they
more
went
fighting
into, like,
scenes.
how they made them.
how
If
they
they
made
had-
the robot sneezes.
Yeah.
If they had like fighting scenes with like parkour and shit, there was like they ran down
I'd love to see
actually.
a robot sneeze fight.
There, I can
So
sneeze
two guys
further than
aggressively
you.
sneezing at each
They
other.
they
Like a robot
peek.
pissing contest, but with
They,
sneezes.
they peek out of cover, and then they go to hide back into cover, and the guy's like rushing him. He's like, "Shit, I need to reload!" And fucking like grabs a handful of nanobots and like puts them in his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think it would just be like, let me like push my tongue down till I squirt fucking saliva at you.
So we're agreeing that we need a robot sneeze spin-off of this
Wait,
movie?
would the
We
dentist
do.
die? If that
What?
guy has to go to the dentist, would he fucking die? Cause like he would spray the dentist, and the dentist like can he choose when he wants to sneeze?
Probably.
Wait,
I mean,
if
maybe
he's
not.
sneezing,
Maybe
then
if
it's
he
just air
sneezes.
coming out of his nose, right? So what if you're like at the at the doctor's and he bends you over and tells you to cough,
Oh no. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna ask you to.
and then
look
nanobots
away.
come out of his asshole?
No, but what if it's wait? Do they come out when he farts too?
These are the real questions.
Like
we need
you
to be
you
asking.
want to fart on your buddy's pillow to give him pink eye, and you just kill him instead.
Yeah, the
For sure,
nanobots
you
just
fart on
rest
your friend's
until he
pillow.
lays down and it goes
You
into
got
his skull
grounded
and
for that.
murders him.
Foreshew, I'm never going to your house again.
Don't you hate it when you try to prank your friend and you end up just stomping on his skull and murdering him?
Yeah, I tried to prank my friend the other day, but I accidentally put his teeth on the curb and kicked the back of his head.
You know, I wanted to invite video games. Fuck. I wanted to invite my friends over to play fucking video games with me yesterday, but instead I accidentally like grabbed a 2x4 and bashed in their skulls.
Yeah, don't you hate when that happens?
Okay.
I was
Eric,
walking down the street the other day, actually, and I accidentally pulled my shotgun in my mouth and blew my brains out.
I accidentally I wanted to go
Um,
to the shopping
do we
center
have
yesterday, but
anything
I
else to
accidentally
say
became
about the
Kurt
movie?
Cobain.
Shut the fuck up. Do we have
Oh.
anything else to say about the movie?
Oh no.
Yeah, I really wanted to bring out my artistic side, so I put up a canvas and blew my brains out.
God
Wow.
damn it.
I
Okay,
wonder how much it
Eric,
sells at an auction. Real human DNA.
Eric, what movie are you suggesting for next week?
All right, so.
Wait, I'm
there's
not
two
done my
movies
review.
if
I'm
you-
not done my review. Hold on.
God
for-
damn it.
More, they did have parkour for a bit. They ran down a fire escape. That was pretty intense. I think if they had wrist machine guns instead, and generally
Wrist
I think
miniguns.
they could actually make an entire movie just satirizing this movie, which would be pretty cool. I think they could have. Josh, you're. They could have made an entire movie with like people with goat legs, and they could. They could have. I think it would have been cool if they had a more like cyberpunk, like obviously like there was a lot of
Like-
technology in
yes,
terms
that
of like
game that hasn't
transportation
come
and
out
stuff
yet.
and like body mods, but I think it'd be really cool to add more of like a synthwave, like kind of like not quite 80s vibe, like it was still the future, but like like a cyberpunk type thing. It did give me a vibe, but I think if they enhanced that a bit more, it would have been pretty cool. That's like more neon lights in like Hong Kong and shit. Anyway, that's all I have to say. That's my review.
Alright.
And side boob.
All right. So the movie, depending on how many people have seen this movie already, Warrior 2011.
What?
Oh, I don't think I've
Warrior?
seen that one.
Haven't seen it.
It sounds cool.
I've
Not-
never heard of it. I have no
Never
clue
heard
what
of it. Okay, look it up real quick and see if you guys have seen it. Just
Oh, it's a
I-
fighting movie.
Never heard of a
no,
movie.
Hey, it's Tom Hardy.
Oh, it's okay. I've heard of this one, yeah, but I've never seen it.
Never seen it? Nobody's seen it?
Hold on. I'm
Slow.
suffering with my writing. Oh, it's a boxing movie.
Yeah. Not
Never seen it.
boxing, you fuck. UFC.
Kill
Oh,
yourself.
right. Yeah, no, I
That's
haven't
why I'm
seen it.
picking this movie. It's fighting. All right, so next time we're gonna be doing Warrior.
What was the other one you said you were gonna suggest that you haven't seen?
Bronson. Another
What?
Tom Hardy movie.
Oh, right. I
Bronson?
watched that one a while ago. It's pretty good.
Dude, I haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
We can do that one for your next choice.
All right.
Wait, no, Charles Bronson's a criminal.
Yeah, it's
about
based
him.
on him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He looks like a boxer. though.
Miller, what are you laughing at?
It's just the first image that came up when I searched Bronson.
Oh yeah, he looks real weird.
Is it the one with where he's in the
He looks like a circus
clown
guy.
makeup?
No.
Or the yellow jumper?
Wait, yeah. Wait, he is a circus dude.
No, he's not.
This picture, he's in like a red and a yellow.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's like one of the
It's Dr.
strongmen.
Eggman.
No, yeah, he's in a yellow and green jumpsuit and he has like the curly mustache. He's like the old like 20s strongman at the circus. Is he dead?
Yeah, except he's not. He's a psychopathic killer.
Oh, he's not dead. Fuck, dude, they should like just fucking put a bullet in his head and get it over with. Let's be real though, right? Putting him in prison is like actually let's talk about the death penalty. Putting somebody in prison is really resource heavy. Our tax money is going towards like just fucking like giving these guys food, you know. But if this guy's a terrorist and he killed like six people out in the east, you know, and he comes back home because you know Canada's retarded, and they're like, yeah, you're a terrorist, but come back in. We'll give you a once a week therapy lesson. Just don't blow up your neighbor's house, all right? And then they go to the once a week therapy lesson and shoot up the place, and then they're like, all right, well, how about we just give you 2 therapy lessons a week? And that's basically the liberals, you know, but political views are irrelevant.
no.
I think terrorists are just
Foreshew.
bad.
Oh,
Anyway.
I hate Google's new thing for looking at photos.
So now you also have to
I'm a
put it-
liberal, you fuck.
all right, sorry, alt liberalism. And then you have the death penalty, which people are like, oh, it's too resource heavy because you have to genetically fucking the chemicals and euthanize the guys, and it just takes so much money to get those vaccines or like that poison, that injection, and you're like, but let's be real, all right? Wouldn't it be so much easier just to fucking shoot the dude in the head? It'd be cheaper,
sure.
be quicker.
We're not
It'd
ending
be
this
all around just
podcast.
better, you know.
We're not ending
Well,
this
then you have to
podcast
pay the
having
people
you
to clean
talk
it
about
up.
the death penalty.
Yeah, and those guys have, they're like, dude, clean it up, get a job. You know, they get paid for it, dude. They're happy. They go home to
Let's
their
change the
wives or
subject
their
before we
husbands.
end
I'm
the
not here to judge, but
podcast,
liberals
alright?
are kind of trash, and you know, like they get desensitized to that kind of shit. So they're like, if I
Fucking
wanted to,
hell.
I could cut my own leg open. I don't care, dude. And you know, they end up killing themselves. But that again, they kill themselves if ever they were criminal, if ever they were sadistic. We don't need to worry about the death penalty. We don't waste any resources. They just die on their own. It's a like the problem solves itself, dude.
That's a
That's
great
the way
note
of
to
thinking.
end this on.
Cool, that's
Alright.
the end of the podcast. Next
Cool.
week,
next week
we're going to be
I will
watching
hosting.
Warrior, another 2011 movie with Tom Hardy, because we're on the track of Tom
Yo,
Hardy.
fuck Tom
I
Hardy,
guess.
dude.
Except we haven't watched a single movie with Tom Hardy in it yet.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Discount
No.
Tom Hardy counts.
Oh, okay. So
We
any
talked
movie
about
with
Venom
him
a lot,
is a Tom Hardy
too.
movie? We did. Well, it makes sense. It's practically Venom, but better.
What? Venom is Venom but better?
No, Upgrade is
Venom,
but
I
better.
like Venom a lot.
Me
Venom,
too.
I agree.
Venom.
I love it because it's fucking awful.
I love
What
it
do you
because
mean?
I've always wanted a Venom movie for the longest time, and I don't really care how bad it is. I fucking love it.
I can't wait for the sequel to be equally as fucking garbage.
Should be great.
You don't even say that, bro.
Dude, it's gonna be just as bad.
Don't say
You want to
that.
make a bet that it's gonna be just as bad?
No, because I like this one. You're gonna say it's bad. I'm gonna say it was good, and then we're both biased.
Okay. Well, what do you rate Venom on a scale of 1 to 10, anyways? Because I give it
That'd
a
have to be
4.
on a podcast. I need to talk about it.
Oh, are we gonna do a podcast about Venom? Is that what?
It's almost
Foreshew
like I
said?
mentioned
That'd be
that.
like a 10-minute podcast.
It's almost like I gave this idea already.
Can we just like stitch this on the end of this one? Just talk about Venom for about 10 minutes, so we get off of
Somebody's
Foreshew's
waiting
train
for me,
of
though.
the death penalty.
Who's
Yeah,
waiting?
no,
for
we're
you?
ending this now.
My friend.
Okay.
I'm gonna end this now. Shoot him in the
We
head.
can end it now, boys.
Thank you so very much for watching.
Hey, it's my
Watching
stream.
episode 2
hey,
of the
nope,
Death
I'm
Penalty
signing out, bro.
podcast.
I promise I'm not a socialist. I only pretend to be.
Cool. So we're gonna end it there.
But I
This
do
was
look like
episode 2 of the Spoonful podcast. Tune in next Saturday at around 7:30 Eastern time PM.
It's Sunday.
We're doing it Sunday now.
I don't think
No,
we don't
I'm
have a
saying
schedule.
Today is Sunday.
There is
I know,
no
next
schedule
Saturday, I'm
because
saying,
we're
like,
all
next Saturday.
pathetic losers who can't organize shit. So
Yeah,
whenever the next episode comes out, sometime next week or this week.
Shut up. We'll be live streaming episode 3 next Saturday at around 7:30 p.m.
Why
Eastern
7?
Standard Time.
It was only 7 last time because I had to watch the movie. I didn't watch it yet. It should be. It usually starts around
7
5.
this time.
Shut
Yeah, but
up.
that's just because Josh worked till 6.
Let me sign out.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock p.m.
Shut
Eastern
up.
time. On Saturday.
Shut up.
Just let us finish.
Okay, so tune
If you
in
live
next
Pacific, that's actually 3 o'clock p.m.
I'm booting him from the call. I can't. Morgan, remove him.
No, don't.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
Fortune, shut up. If you say
Tune
anything
in.
again, I'm gonna
Tune
boot
in
you.
next Saturday, 7:30 p.m.
If you live in
Eastern
Siberia, that's actually on a Sunday, by the way. As
Eastern time.
2 a.m. Sunday.
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
live in
So
Siberia.
I muted him, so I can't hear him. So if the outro is trash, it's his fault.
Can you believe this?
So
guy?
tune in next Saturday at around 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for our next movie review / tangent or whatever we're gonna talk about of Warrior, starring Tom Hardy, 2011 UFC movie.
Perfect.
It's gonna be
Thank
great.
you very much.
See you then.
I guess. Yeah.
Later,
Bye.
bitch.